Welcome on back to Total War Warhammer 3, part 16 of our Wurzzag the Great Green Trophy campaign. In today's episode, we are here to finish off KARAZ at home. The Wa was to bring down their capital, and we have finally arrived. The towers here are pretty dangerous. Let's see if it'll show us 660 missile damage base with a bit of armor-piercing explosive damage as well. So we are going to take a few casualties on the way in, a bunch of longbeards behind the walls, and even some lads from the Empire. We've decided to spread the line out pretty much as far as we can to fully overwhelm the stunties behind the walls here. I've got 2 units of Savage Orcs with the extra bit of missile resistance padding to hopefully absorb the quarrel shots, while the Savage Orcs with the clubs come on in from behind and remove the threat that would be the Longbeards. We've got the Trolls to smash down the gates, and Wurzzag uses magic to do all of the awful things. And then Larry will be hunting down artillery and heroes. Let's get this battle started. Gotta move very quickly, get you guys up on the walls. We'll have the Trolls move right on in to start attacking. You guys get up on the gates. Larry and the Trolls dive on in. They actually deployed none on the other side here, so let's go ahead and take full advantage. Get them up and over right now, and we'll have everyone else go in and attack the gates. I don't want the other orcs to be tired, as getting up on those gates, being forced to use the ladders, makes you tired. Yeah, the missile resistance absorbed that quarrel damage very well, even for having no shields whatsoever. Dive on in, get some damage going. The explosions are coming on now, but it's far too late. We've made it on into combat. Gotta enjoy this. Let's go ahead and throw down the Foot of Gork. Lots of enemies right here. We'll have a great time, I'm sure. Deploy the ladders, lads. Nice stop to fully eliminate the Rangers and that unit of Spearmen. Fantastic. Let's send the club orcs a little bit more forward here. Everyone else finally making it on in towards the walls there. These Longbeards are going to be well overwhelmed. The towers will start firing, so hopefully the lads can get up on the walls quickly. You guys come on down against those Thunderers. You're fighting Spearmen, so be it. Wurzzag, we blast a Brain Blast down. Maybe disrupt those Spearmen on the walls. Maybe. Let's go ahead and do that here. Every time it doesn't immediately deploy when I click, it's incredibly... Oh, they managed to avoid that one pretty well. Let's not go that direction and just blast down the Brain Blast here instead. Going. Finish off the last of those Spearmen and do a fair bit of damage to the... Oh, yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. We're through the gates already. Dive on in then, boys. That was quick. Send the clubs on in. Then start ripping fools to shreds. I need Wurzzag himself to come on back and deal. So let's go ahead up and around. You boys come on over, help out the others that are already up on there with the Longbeards. We are going to go ahead and drop down the effigy to get for these Dwarf Warriors, and I'm just going to go for an overcasted Foot of Gork. Give them a bad day, they can't go anywhere, so nothing but doom. Diving into the Rangers, pretty decent damage. We're through the gates. We are indeed. Send them in. Want to see blood. Greg, you get through the Quarrelers on the other side. Beautiful. Are we through the gates? We just have broken through. So then, you 3, you 2 just get up on the walls, take down these Longbeards. We'll have you 3 charge on in and take down this group of Longbeards. First, let's come on in and grab this position. Now they're going to try to... You guys come on down and get engaged, and then we will go ahead and... Because they're going to try to brace, as they're doing there. Try to not let them do so. Go ahead and just burn and charge. You guys dive on down. Got lots of Dobby in the way. We need to get down there and engage in combat so they're not getting shot up. Try to avoid the fray with the Longbeards up front here. Trolls dive on through. Now you guys stay up top. have the clubs come on down and dive in with these quarrels while you two take down the lads up top. Time the wall. Wurzzag, come on back down here. We're hitting them off with a quickness. We'll bring these boys on over to help out with the grudge throwers. They already got a bit too far in on the enemy there. Trolls annihilating. Let's get up on top and take down the Iron Breakers. Beautiful. Those Thunderers need a hug. What are you three doing? Alright, let's pull them back away from... We can get another charge off. Just pull on back because we are completely overwhelming the 4 Longbeards on the wall there. There's a few orcs up there. Just a few of them. They're swinging those axes around to hit more of their own friendlies than anyone else. Pull it away from the Longbeards for another charge. We can kind of dive in and see all the fighting. But it looks like the KARAZ stunties have been broken. Most of the lads on the walls lie broken and bloodied. Iron Breakers were trying to hold their own for a bit. There comes some more explosives, knocking some lads off their feet. They haven't given up yet. We go for a... No, great. He's getting shot at by the tower, which is fair stuff. It's a lot of damage. The Master Engineer's having the worst day. It's still able to fire on us. Oh, it's a friendly fire coming from our own towers there. Using. Poor Engineer got annihilated. Wurzzag and company are dealing with this position pretty quickly. You guys stay here. They're already shattered. Wurzzag, come on back down. Let's go ahead and grab the... Here we go. They're already broken. I think KARAZ is about to fall. Even less casualties than I thought. Beautiful. Well, I am actually going to run these guys down for the extra experience. I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, we managed to secure a decisive win with only 129 of the boys falling. All of that going to the normal Savage boys once we are able to kind of switch them out for biggins. I'm thinking our casualty rate is going to even plummet much, much further. KARAZ falls. I guess they tried their best. Wow, that's a lot of money. We are actually going to simply loot and occupy, as if we sack it, I think it always drops the settlements. It's 40,000 gold, though. Yoink. We have become a bully. Why are we down here now? I was busy sacking KARAZ like a bully. Let's turn on back up and flame. This is mine now. Your WA target successfully occupied its target, or your WA successfully occupied its target. To obtain your trophy, ensure that you still occupy the target when the call to WA duration ends. We need a orc first-person like hack and slash called Call to WA. The Call of Duty. In the additional WA units shall stay to help your armies defend your prize until that time. Lovely. And we shall need them in the few armies that still have access. Wurzzag does not anymore. And that's far too bad. We're going to grab the good old mob boss here to drop his upkeep. Keep moving on towards Renowned and Feared for that continued upkeep drop. We'll make Larry elusive. Elusive Larry and a vicious Gobbo Champa. We'll have some evasion for when she's losing combat. Sounds great. Now, for KARAZ itself, we will have to fix up the Stunty's hut from a tier 4 down to a tier 2, and such is the way. But we've got ourselves a shiny pit, so a lot of gold coming on in from there. Not that it really does much to actually offset our negatives right now, but that's just fine. We are going to go ahead and grab the idols for a bit of replenishment rate, and then I think the Wurzzag's ditches as well, just to keep things under our control. It's good. Wurzzag's got powers, and we've got 53,000 gold sitting in our bank. A lot of enemies running around still. I'm really hoping that stops the Dawi hold in terms of military advancement. They do still have the the Slayer Shrine. Combine those words together. But a bunch of beer manufacturers on the other settlements, though. Not much in terms of actual military. I would say Kragdrong is what they're trying to set up for their military next, so we need to head this way pretty quickly. Fred is still stamping out rats, though, and I think dealing with the rats is going to be a bit more important. They already have down to KARAZ too, huh? I need Scorbrain to step in and start helping out. How does he feel about Moors? Can we see simply... Oh, yeah, we can probably click on Moors. See how Moors feels about Scorbrain. Not improving. That's not great. They have broken treaties with Corn, which is a bad call. I don't know why you would do that. But they have extra treaties. They are They actually like that they're raiding with us because we were at war with Corn at one point, so that does make sense. We have to keep an eye. We'll have Icky.
No, gracious.
I guess we come in on a ticket and attack Dringarek as they turn around and try to reclaim Crooked Fang. But ambushes against rats don't seem to work out very well, as Fred has found out the hard way. What we're going to do with Fred, since the rats are not going to be falling for any nonsense, we are going to go into the underway stance and threaten some of their deeper territory in here. I really don't want to get into a fight with the Knights of Kalador, but we may not be. That's going to be real unfortunate. Dealing with Emmerich on top of everything else.
Send me to battle.
If we could just get through to this area here, we can do some real damage as a group. Let's concede some ground, because if Mechanigear does come on in to attack the Crooked Fang Fort, we can then just deal with him on the return. And that would be just fine. So we'll go ahead and take Iggy and crash him into Dringarekas.
In the motion.
In the motion. Ooh, that's not too many rats. We'll go ahead and hit the auto-resolve there. Lose a few, and he takes a lot of damage, I guess. Not sure what he did. He must have run into the wall at top speed. Just screaming wall the whole way in. We're going to go ahead and loot and occupy. And Boars has been revealed. Who would have guessed? Not I. The loss of Warpaint it is. Maximize that word safe, and terror against the rats is almost a necessity. Bring it on. Come take Crooked Fang Fort. I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, the Rat Trap is not a bad call here. Keeps the Plague down and control up, Corruption down as well. And then will keep us from... we can destroy those Skaven Undercities when we need to. Yeah. We've got so much gold sitting in the pocket now. Oglock. Snorri's come on through. We're just go ahead and take Matorka. I think this belongs to me now. Although they are building up some new goodies in Angazar, so let's go ahead and ruin their day. We'll give the Rusty Errors some nice buffs too. Let's surround them. I will actually fight this one because fighting against the stunties is always fun. Winged ammo for more range. Smart Gabo once figured out that by sticking wings on things to be hurled at the enemy, you can hit targets that are further... Yeah, that's definitely not how that works, but I'm happy to see it. Or combat skin sacks. I mean, I think we just have to accept that goblins have terrible range, and we're just going to give them a lot of reload. And onward to battle. Let's rip them apart. Okay, so we're definitely going to want to take this hill over here first. Start deployment. I'm going to set the rock lava up on this position. Perfect. I might have to scoot it up a little bit more so it actually hits shots a bit better, but the idea, or maybe we can set it up here, and then they can harass everything as they come up and through. I kind of like that idea more. So we're going to set them off to the side. We'll have the two of you defending them with some nasty skulkers as well. And we'll take the arrowheads as well. Put them in. We'll get the other goblins and get them over ready to ambush from the hills here. With some nice fodder. I like to try to not use our fodder though, so we'll see if I can keep them alive. The answer to that one's probably going to be a hefty no. Our archers... Rachnik, I will put you up on the hill here. Rachnik and Kevin both. Gatekeepers to the Always Good Time. Twig Hops and the skirmishers. They've deployed in actually a pretty smart formation here, so... I think we will want to bust it up a bit with our Ragnarok and Trolls before trying anything too squirrely here. Where did I put my... oh, nothing yet. So So I want the chariots probably rolling in from this side. Let's have the skirmishers just in melee mode. We'll have them set up with my normal cavalry. Cavalry, the big trolls, you can go with group 2 with the archers, in guard mode, of course. And the singles, I want the 2 that I'll have spiders up front, so I can make sure to summon all the spiders. Make sure you guys aren't in the fight until I want you to be. Alrighty then. That'll begin. Forward, you guys start blasting away at the miners with blasting charges. That is actually the unit I think needs to go away the fastest. Let's throw some nuisance their way. I want to see just how much damage we get with the Curse of the Bad Moon. Probably a better one to use. You guys run around. Time to take the mountains. Move the troll hags up. Take your positions as well. Other trolls move on in. Alright. They actually do have a master engineer, so let's move up, drop some spirit leech. I'm gonna overcast, so I don't have to get in too much closer. We'll bring our troll hags in. They actually have a nice bit of regeneration, so even if they take some damage, they are not really going to be all that worried about it. Hold on, Rocket Llamas. Let's go ahead and blast these Quarrelers next. Or maybe even... Yeah, Quarrelers here. They're the ones that have stopped moving. Ooh, to blast at my Arachnorok. Excellent strategy. One that I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to stop. And... Overcast Spirit Leech. Keep moving. You're getting shot with shotgun, and that doesn't feel good to anyone. Nasty Breath. Give it a blast. Moving in, you guys go on around. We'll have the Arachnorok dive on into battle with the Master Engineer in the back. Throw down the spiders for you and Arachnic both. Dive the spiders on in. Trolls, bust them up. Archers come on down to the same units there. I'm going to have Kevin come dive in. And Arachnic. You just keep doing what you're doing, bud. Oh, that's not really what I meant to do, but it's going to work out, I guess. Alright, you two dodge that, as I see that we're just going to let that happen. Dive the nasty skulkers on in. Perfect, perfect. You get whoever you can. Arachnic, let's go ahead and go for the don't even try it on these guys. They can't escape. Push through the line. Let's let the Skulkers dive in on those Dobby warriors there. The Wolf Chariots need to pull through. Come on. Through the line. Soul Blight, everyone here. There we go. None of the Dobby should escape. Dive on through. Can we drop in some more spiders just to help out? Rest in peace, you guys. Itchy nuisance. Turn and slaughter these miners. You come on through, let the spider do the real work. Don't even know what's gonna hit him. Go for the full surround. Looks like the Dawi are struggling a bit. Wolf Chariots are also struggling to get on the way. Oh, my archers, what are you boys up to? Yeah, you use gobos, but you're doing interesting things. Sweet Hoppers were left out of this fight. They're very sad about it, too. Bash them up. We'll bring you guys back around, help out. Looks like that'll be the final charge of the Rohirrim, and that'll be break. We took a few casualties, but that mostly is going to be damage on our single entities as we would like. And battle. And we managed to keep it a decisive win. 16 loss. Lovely. Scrap gathered. We can go ahead and sack that for even more gold. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, Dawi. Mind up all the gold so we can turn around and take it from you. Special, and we'll go ahead and claim Karak Angazar. We'll take Matorka as well as it has a Dwarf Wharf. Well, that normally doesn't help us out so much. I don't want to give too much more land to the undead pirates. They can claim everything else from here, which hopefully they're actually going to be able to. They did drag us into a war with the Skaven of Ikitglaw, so hopefully he keeps his nuclear rats well on his side of the map. I am going to have Oglock. That's probably best to keep him here as kind of a threat for the stunties. Although if we come on up in March, heading towards KARAZ.
The boys are restless.
Good. We can have Fred.
My land.
If I'd like to turn on around and infect he could not actually win against any of our troops. Same as Mechanic Gear. If he decides to attack anywhere, we'll just turn around and deal with him. The old-fashioned way. Now, what's the furthest we can get here? Probably want to go in the underway then, so we have the best chance of getting through without getting ambushed. And yoink. Imric is taking down Karak Azul. It's not great to see him back here, I can't lie. We're very lucky he's with his first army, but the second we bring him down... I mean, Dragon Prince is going to be hard to bring down. The second we do take him down the first time, he's going to come back even angrier. I think the best chance is while Fred has his whole squad. Alright, so for our big thinking, it's probably a good idea to actually get some of the surrounding factions at least more on our side than they currently are. Let's grab Gork and Mork for 4 turns. It also will make our heroes a bit cheaper.
Start the wall.
Oh, the wall. We'll get there. We just have to wait 8 turns. We can kick off another wall in no time. Basically, upgrades should be going out all over. I'm just going to make sure the Bitterstone and Stone Mine, all of these I want to be max tier, and with the max tier Orc guard houses as well. For Arkvar, I actually think we can go ahead and risk upgrading. Balthazar is pretty close, but I actually think that we can get Raktik back over there if things start going south pretty quickly. And if not, meh, so be it. Oh, yes. Let's go for the Gobby Gobbos. I'll work on his spell casting later on, but he's really just here for his passive buffs to the Gobbos for now. I don't mind. Oh, it's a tier 3, never mind. Pair, and let's go for the walls. Lovely. I'm not going to do any kind of upgrading to... Well, Doc KARAZ we could actually probably go for. We have so much gold, it'd be a waste to sit here on it. Crooked Fang, I don't want to upgrade for the reasons as previously stated. Get any more, 1 more River Troll Hag and 1 Goblin Big Boss. So the River Troll Hag, and is this the Goblin Boss hut, or is that the other one? This is the, no, the Goblin is for the, we need the tent, Boss's tent. Underhanded ploys and strategy. We do need one of these guys eventually for our Goblin army, so... I'm just concerned with building anything anywhere because we have all of the enemies around right now. Grab some really cheeky ROR units.
My land.
Don't need them. Go ahead and just grab the River Troll Hag where we can, so we can go here at Stone Mine. Intelligent Torturer or the Big Bully. Makes Biggins cost a little less and recruit for more. Let's just grab the Angry Torturer here. The War Boss needs someone to talk. He calls on this boy with the extra pointy sticks. That's way better. The Hangry. We'll bring the River Troll Hag up to join Wurzzag. Awesome. That's all I'm going to spend the gold on for this turn. Let's jump into diplomacy just real fast.
Pony.
We could probably convince the Exiles of Corn to be our friends for some gold. I'm happy to pay this much for military access. Keeps them on site a little bit more than they already are. Up into the positives. He still could declare war on us as he's Scarbrand, but a little bit less
You
likely.
need me.
As long as we can keep him higher up on our friends list than Clan Moors, we're good to go. Yeah, no deals to be had even for some gold. Got all the treasury kind of piled up, just a pile of shiny stuff. I guess we could go for that. Let's jump in the Greenskin district here at Myrmidon's. Then we'll come on back over to Wurzzag in KARAZ and turn. Lovely. Alright, so Clan Moors has decided to bring all their troops on over to attack Avalaya's Sorrow, which is interesting. Fair enough, I can't defend this. The rats. And Gelt goes after Barag the Wazbag. A lot of mortars you got there. Shame if anyone actually set off the powder stores. We lose. Alright, well, a couple of settlements fall. Actually, they were using some teamwork over there. The Dawi claimed the settlement in their place. Also, goodies going on. Wissenland has been claimed by Reichland. The Empire is growing, and Rapunz has fallen. Oh, good. Skaven are stealing people at the Bitterstone mines. We've got a little bit of negative growth going on. That's fine. Zorgoth, come on up and steal some tech.
I'll smash it to the ground.
Failed. Failed. Probably for the last time. That's Skarsnik's Wa target.
Feel the power.
Interesting that he doesn't look like to be, or doesn't look to be going over there at all. Let's grab the steel technology.
Cork and Morkor coming.
We'll turn back around and hit Balthazar. What an interesting strategy. He's clearly wanting to try to get us to be in the open, to be attacked by multiple armies. Do you truly think this army could win? We'll find out. Let's take down Gelt first.
Spell smooth.
His spellcasting should be greatly diminished by Wurzzag being nearby. Gives us a decisive victory with low casualties. I think this is a trap. You, Admiral Akbar. But I'm also curious. Yeah, there goes about half our group, but I don't mind. We can num-numming them up, and I'm pretty confident for our next fight with Rugni.
Wurzzag.
Can't quite make it over. We could just jump into our raid camp,
More likes it.
which gives us a bit more leadership and melee defense for the next fight. Rugni wishes to throw down. We can do it. He may just go after KARAZ though.
Disgrace my ancestors. By the spells.
Alright, let's go for the last point into, although, just in case,
I is invincibles.
we're gonna make you a bit faster there, Larry. So up from 77 speed to 79. Solid.
I has mighty mystic powers.
That deals with most of the enemies. Once we can take down Rugni, then KARAZ is incredibly wounded at that point. It will be very tough for them to actually recover. Let's grab the next tier in the idols, and we'll come on down with Rachnig and hit Matorka. As they should have just built this up to the next tier. Oh no, there's 3 more turns. So be it. This belongs to me now.
Time to fight.
Time to fight. This one we will give to the auto-resolve, as that's just a bunch of miners. Fair enough. 67 fall. Each and every one of you is a disgrace. And I'm just going to claim this one for us. No reason to cause any more problems. Now we just have to move up and claim Auchendorf. We've got the Eastern Border Princes under control as well. All of the lands that is not the Badlands, I'm basically using as a buffer for the enemy. So if they, as the AI likes to kind of run around and stay right on the edge of your territory, if they attack a settlement and claim it, then they can't run away. So that's kind of the strategy I'm using. We'll see if it works out for us or if it causes us lots of issues. Let's come on up and grab the Wurzzag's burrows in Karak Angazar, so we can actually make use for the pastures there.
Who should we zap?
zap everyone we can. All the time. The last point into the Gobbo's
Me.
heaven. You don't really need to make you a dodgy geezer, because no one really shoots at you. What does Gorgle Fix It give us? Bit of a slowdown. What's a pretty heavy slowdown, actually. Yes. Add to our repertoire of skills. Teach him right. No greens can be so foolish to act out of turn around a river troll hag, unless you decide they require her often fatal attentions. Horrible smell effect, reducing leadership. River troll hags are fantastic. Let's grab the fast point into, or the last point rather, into replenish troops. We can probably grab Teach 'em Right next. Mither. You just shout at someone, bombards the target with a tirade of unintelligible trollish invective, powerful and relentless enough to cow even the most stoic of hearts. He just shouts at him. That's pretty much. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. You go down to Louisiana. Let's grab the hangry, and we'll send you up. Just to cause some problems. I want you up in Wurzzag's force, so whatever gets you there faster. Oglock, I am gonna bring you. A good idea to have him come after Iron Rock here, so we're gonna have him march in the march stance to hopefully get that a trait for moving in march. In multiple turns, we'll see.
Dog, send me to battle.
123. Let's go ahead and give these guys the padded shields. We'll give, I think, 2 of them padded shields, and that's it. We'll give some of the Savage Orcs the Idols of Gork as well. This will be kind of our front line. There we go. From there, we'll just make these guys extra hard hitting. 4 sounds great. Perfect.
Think me fool.
I do. They look to be just kind of hanging out all in one group over here. So what we're going to do then is come on down and continue to do all the damage we can to these Skavens. So let's move on into Spite Peak. Now to claim the Eastern Badlands, which is kind of one of our goals here. Grab Wurzzag's ditches and move on down to grab Spite Peak. The more land we can claim from them, the better. We can get back to each of these in one turn. Foolish, foolish Skaven. We shall crush you into paste and use you for war paint. Go ahead and loot knock Vitus for the disrespect. Horde Rat's will, is it? Our next main antagonist here has shown himself. Tear these buildings up, and I will go ahead and throw in the Goblin Watchtower here in Spite Peak.
Start the war.
Start the wall. So we make our orc boys a bit more punchy. Let's instead make sure he can move a bit further. Respond to those issues. I think I'm actually, instead of bringing the River Troll Hag up to Wurzzag's force, even though it's a bit too late, we're going to bring her down to join up with one of these 2 armies down here, because they'll need some help. And some spellcasting. Wurzzag has spellcasting all under control. Nox, and grab... You know what, let's not worry about the Watchtower. Let's grab the Raiden stashes. Be real disrespectful. We've got the pirates to hopefully patrol the shores. Big hopefully on that one, though.
This is my land.
Get Fred moving. Imric definitely easily claimed correct Azul.
The boys are pleased.
Black Iron Mine's a little bit too far away. Since I don't really want to go to war with Imric, here's the plan. I'm not going to give him Kurek 8 Peaks, but we're going to attack Black Iron Mine with extreme aggression. Well, they look like they're very great at 8 Peaks, so we have to turn around. Take it back.
Fighting soon.
I would love to fight in the underway. But actually being...
Wyvern's teeth, yes.
We're going the underway back to 8 Peaks.
I'm off.
I wanted to claim the Black Iron Mine and then offer to give that to Imric, because it gives you a huge grip of relations usually. But let's fight off the rats first and see what Imric's after.
Know this. I will not remember you.
The Legion
once I
has
have
to be
slain
causing him some issues over there on the other side. Plus, that gives us an opportunity to be friends with the spicy stunties. I cannot wait. I was excited about having a front line of a... I cannot... Listen, I will be honest. Vampires are one of my least favorite factions, but having a front line of guns is going to be awesome. Having a front line of blunderbusses, though. See, now that actually sounds great. Let's drop into camp, ruckus wherever we can. Control and growth. And that'll be the turn. Lovely. Alright, so it looks like the stunties are going to come on over in a mass attack. I am realizing, similarly to last time, we are at a pretty huge disadvantage because we don't have any kind of ways to stop the gyro bombers from attacking us. So we're gonna get hammered by the artillery from the air. Actually, Thorgrim's back somehow. Interesting. Here's what we're gonna do then, because I don't like having no Air Force. We need at least one aerial unit to chase off his Air Force. He's got a ton of flyers here. So we would just get exploded from the sky. Pull back once. And now at least it's just Thorgrim coming after us. So we don't have to worry about that secondary army. Still, this is going to be a little bit scary. We have to basically just completely ignore the gyro bombers, except for with kind of chucking out different spells from Wurzzag himself. This one should be fun. Let's dive on in. Okay, so how best to bring down the Battle of Varenka Hills? Man, this is gonna be spooky. Let's get the trolls up front. I want them absorbing all of that fire from big guns there. Followed pretty closely by the Savage Orcs with padding. Good old American football, Savage Orcs. Bring all of them together. Yeah, swamp things in there as well. Basically, we want the trolls up front by more than a little bit because they will kind of absorb the bombs. At least that's the idea. I want the artillery cavalry sweeping in from the sides. We're gonna get all our different categories of troop mixed up. Don't you worry. Larry sweeping in with Cav. Wurzzag up front to be a huge nuisance. Thorgrim himself is going to be a problem too, but luckily his heroes are not Thanes. Otherwise we'd be in a pretty big... in for some pretty big hurt. Two of the biggins with clubs. And coming down from the top. A little bit. One of you guys in front of them. Really use our numbers. Alright, well, still have the two other units of kind of the biggins up front. Clubs. And then the normal biggins, which I'm going to kind of keep behind the cavalry. Alright. Not fighting on our own terms this time, but such is the way sometimes. Let's get to it. Alright, Wurzzag, I'm gonna have you come off to the side. I really want to know how much damage we can get with Vindictive Glare on the Gyro Bomber. We've really got to get the rest of the boys just moving in kind of as fast as we can, so let's get them moving straight up into combat. All going off to the side. That was actually pretty fair damage for Gaze of Mork on these lads as they move on in. Trying to bomb things like Wurzzag, which is perfect. Will they dive into melee? No, they're gonna start bombing things. I thought they did the foolish and they dove into melee. spite of the bombers. Alright, Wurzzag, let's go ahead and get on in there. We need to start smashing this back line up. They're gonna wreak havoc with their bombs on our Savage Orcs, but there's literally nothing we can do about it. Yeah, let's get in there and do some fighting. Wurzzag, you're gonna slip right through that line, buddy. We're gonna go ahead and drop down the put a Gork on our trolls, as they're about to have a lot of trouble. Stop Thorgrim from doing what he wants. 1-2, let's get in there and make it happen. Wurzzag, get him. Thought I asked for foot of Gork here. Our guys got our poor trolls there got annihilated. Charge them all forward. Go in there and chop them up. Wurzzag, come on back around. We gotta spread out your damage a bit. Those are giant slayers. No, bad. Just run over his artillery team instead. Trolls this time were kind of our fodder. Boys, the front line taking some serious damage to the Peak Gate Guard. Bring them around to where I think they can do the most good. Smash in on these giant slayers. You guys pull on back. I've got them well surrounded. Come over here up to the Peak Gate. More damage, and then we'll go ahead and go for the Here We Go on everyone else as well. Just bump that melee attack into the atmosphere. Activate a good old wall. You can hear all the explosions going off. There isn't anything we can do to the flyers either, which is just terrifying. We need to try to make sure we're not blobbing up too much because of that. Higgins, you go ahead and surround Thorgrim. Pull the important units out of the way because we're just going to get shot at for a while by the machine guns. There's going to be a whole portion of this battle here where it's just machine gun fire. Try to take down this gyro bomber. Gotta get the boys out and moving away. Oh yeah, they might be able to bring down Wurzzag. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Let's go ahead and drop down Effigy to get and just run. Not much we can do about it. They're just gonna keep blasting at Wurzzag. Run, buddy. There we go. Let's go for the extra attack on everyone surrounding Thorgrim. Thorgrim's broken. There go the flyers. Wow, that's a nightmare. Alright, we're gonna make sure that Thorgrim and the rest of his foot soldiers don't make it on out of here. There's nothing we can do about the flyers. I'm gonna go ahead and catch you in a moment. And we claim a victory. Yeah, the entire Air Force escaped. They managed to just look on in horror as their men were slaughtered down on the floor. We lost the single unit of Savage Orcs, but this allows us to actually go ahead and slot in some more biggins. Gives us a nice excuse. We'll go ahead and eat up the surviving captives just to make sure we don't get jumped by another army and see how things go. Alright, so Kimry has a sandstorm kicking on up. Slayed several enemies on the field of battle there. Awesome. Oh, he was ambushing. That's so funny. You really thought that was going to work out, did you? We're going to grab the last point into Mob Boss. Let's hunt down the last of these stunties that are nearby. More speed, so he's up to 83. So that final point going to be up to 88 speed, so he'll nearly be as fast as most of the speediest heavy cavalry. Let's come on over and take down Ragni Get Good. And we'll just give that one to the auto-resolve. I don't wish to have a battle with a whole bunch of our Air Force. No thanks. We lose a fair few because Air Air Force. We dealt with both of them. Lovely. And we can probably move on in and claim Barag the Wurzzag back then, which I am going to do. You have to keep in mind that the Stunties will form up another army and the pillars very quickly, but we're going to go ahead and hit this settlement then. Smush. Who were lost in the fighting, and we'll just go ahead and occupy as is. Oglock has himself a war boar. He didn't have to participate.
I have seen the future.
Definition of promise I did some work.
Let's
Larry.
take what should be ours.
Last point of the fleet-footed. Speediest boy we got.
It's my land.
Oh, and actually, Larry, you're looking good. We probably just want to make you better in combat. Either Tunnel Boss or even Bellower, so he's a bit more shouty. Let's grab hard to hit. So instead of 30 defense, he's got smidgen more. We can get him up into 40, which is about where the Empire Generals sit.
I'll crush them all.
Unlock the Orbital. Probably good idea just to make the boys even better. Let's make you a Blade Master. Do that first.
Yes, it'll be proper good.
Proper good.
The Great Saber.
How long does it take me to actually recruit in some biggins now? We are up to the biggins with shields, hill goblins and stuff too. We can actually get in the proper... Well, they're not forest goblins, but hill goblins are a bit more stabby than forest. They're forest brethren, and they actually have some magical attacks. Oh yeah, it just takes one turn for the Savage Orc biggins with clubs. It's time to retrofit the whole army. Alright, boys. We can do 5 at a time. Let's get rid of you 3. And then you as well. And then just replace them purely with the clubs. Well, yeah, just purely with the clubs. This is awesome. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Although I think we do want to make sure we're able to grab a Wyvern for Wurzzag, a Wyvern or even 2. We have no more sitting in the WA Regiment of Renown menu, but I think as soon as this next WA does end, we may have access. So let's go ahead and keep things as is. We need lots of frontline soldiers, but we're going to go ahead and basically try to grab flyers, because I don't want archers for Wurzzag's troops at all, or even artillery for that matter. So to deal with enemy flyers, I either want to have Ragnarok Spider archers or Wyverns. We'll get that sorted here as soon as we can, but for now, I'm going to be out of time before today. I have been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub zone. I'll see you on the next one.